Hey guys, we are a couple of days behind on Chantal. It really hasn't been anything all that interesting. She's fairly boring. Um, and I think she's running out of things to talk about. Um, and it's the same thing over and over again. When I get to Canada, me and Salah are good. Oh, he forgot to feed me. I'm angry. Oh, he brought me food. We're good again. So we are going to listen in, but to catch up, instead of sitting all the way through her live streams, we are going to pop on over and we are going to be watching Just Saying's clips of it. Just Saying does an absolutely wonderful job of clipping these streams down and turning it into content that is a little bit more easy, a little bit more easier. Oh my gosh, I wish I could English today. Makes it easier for it to digest for us without sitting through 3 and 4 hour live streams. So make sure you go and support the original creator. Go give them likes, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Um, Just Saying is also fighting a battle with cancer, and so they also have a wish list for needs like masks and stuff like that. So if you feel so inclined, go and support them. Let them know that I sent you over there. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get over here and listen to what Miss Chantal has to say. This is from 3 days ago. And it says this is a 4-in-1. This is the Villo 2.0 is secured, grumpy coffee, being lonely, and starting a fight.
Nice one, Salah. Yeah.
She's happy because she's leaving you guys.
No.
Just kidding.
Obviously not. Well. Okay, guys.
What? Spell it.
Beezerpad 2.0 has been secured. I freaking got approved. I got approved. I got approved. I got approved.
What, the college?
Yeah. Approved university.
And the major is Beezership?
Beezership?
Mm-hmm. The major of the college.
He sounds awfully excited for her to be leaving. And I haven't decided yet if it's because he's just ready to get rid of her or if it's because he thinks down the line somewhere that he's also going to be living in Canada. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Oh, major. I'm like major. Oh yeah, major in school. Yeah. No, I majored in Beezership. Yes. Chantopolis 101. Chantopolis University. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I will not be saying what city right now. Happy apartment. And
Nova Scotia.
I got it on my own. Like I got it on my own. I begged. I asked them to reconsider, but I got it. I got it. I got it. It was.
They beg you to.
They beg you to.
Not you.
Yes, I love this place. I love it. I love it. It's somewhere I really wanted to live. Get a car. I'm on my way to rebuilding my life. Nova Scotia.
Yes.
Okay, could you imagine sitting next to Foodie and realizing that she flew halfway around the world to be with you because you're so amazing, you're so all of this stuff, and for her to sit there and say, I am finally rebuilding my life. I am finally starting over. I'm finally going to get it right. Like, I could not imagine sitting there and listening to that and laughing and giggling through this. Like, I would be so offended. Like, you have to rebuild your life. Why? Because I destroyed it? Why? Because, your life is horrible? Like, what are we rebuilding exactly? But he's just sitting there giggling and laughing because I honestly don't think that Salah has any emotions invested in this outside of what he can get out of the situation.
Yeah. Oh my god. Adopted a child. Yeah, we're stealing Sasa. Amber check. When are you moving?
Well,
yes.
Secrets.
Everything is going to be secret. I'll just be a surprise. Don't worry, guys. What state? You have property in Nova Scotia?
I'm serious.
Okay, all I'm gonna say, of course you can. Imagine we glitched in real life. Imagine that would be annoying. It is in Canada. That's all I'm gonna say. Obviously, it's in Canada.
Of course, I'm not in Malaysia, so Bali.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is just tell you I got approved for place and it's in Canada. I'm not gonna tell you any other details right now. I'm just like, I'm over the moon. I was just expecting bad news again today. I've been spending every single day trying to get a place
By spaceship?
over the moon in a spaceship. I'm so happy. It's Villa 2.0. SA celebration bees. Thank you. Thank you, SA. That will go towards the decorating things. Wanda, I got a place. You just have to stay positive, like you guys.
What does she mean decorating? She has never actually really decorated a place. She didn't decorate the last time she was in Canada. She didn't decorate in Kuwait. She hasn't decorated in Syria. Um, Nothing really to market and like make it her own, like put her stamp on it. Um, like if you look in my office, I know you guys only see a small section of my office. But everybody that comes in my office looks around and they're like, oh my gosh, this is you. Like, my stamp is everywhere on this office because this is my space. This is things that I love. Um, and she's never done that. She's never really tried to work to make a place a home. She just dwells in it. She doesn't actually live there, um, and, thrive there. She just exists.
Guys were saying and hopeful that you'll get some things. I was getting really discouraged. Oh my gosh. So yeah, but thanks to all you guys, your kind donations and everything, I was able to put the deposit, pay the month of rent or whatever. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys. I'm excited it's not even my life. Yeah, thank you, Keeper. Thank you guys for being positive for me. I'm super, super excited. I had to come on right away. Now stay there this time. Oh yes. After how hard it was to get a place.
No mountains.
No, no box mountain. No mountains. No box mountains. I am gonna say, yeah, thing will be all right, but no barf. Yeah. Yeah. Well, is the new bees pad? I'm not gonna say anything right now. It's a sigh of relief.
Okay, why does Salah care if there are box mountains or not? Why is he even saying that? Because we already know that he's not happy with how she keeps house now. And I think she only does what she does because he's on her about it and because it's a requirement. So I'm not sure why he is so concerned about how she will be living in and cleaning this place.
I'm so relieved, and now I can just, instead of, what's a villa? It's a bees pad. No, it's like okay, where I used to live, Kiki.
What's my place there?
Unblock the fallen beezers. When I get to Canada, we'll talk about that. I was like, no.
No.
Yeah, it's like a town.
Did he just say take care of my place there? Is that what he said? Okay, let's turn on captions for a minute and see if that's what he said.
What's a villa? It's a bees pad. No, it's like okay, where I used to live, Kiki.
What's my place there?
Unblock the fallen beezers. When I get to Canada.
Okay, so he did say my place. It said Kiwi, but that's not what he said. I believe he said take care of my place there. So does Salah really think that eventually he's going to end up in Canada? I don't know. I think it would be very interesting if he did end up in Canada. I don't think it would go any way that Foodie thinks that it would end up going. But I also don't know that it's something that can actually happen for him.
Well, talk about that. I was like, no.
No.
Yeah, it's like a townhouse. It's a terrace house, is what a villa is. Yes, guys, I am like super. You have no idea. I'm super happy.
You are super. You have no idea.
Thank you.
Complete the sentence.
You called me super. Thanks. I'm super excited. I don't never.
The whole idea.
Salah's happy for me because he saw me going through hell to get a place.
I'm happy because I'm giving her my place there.
Salah the landlord. I've never been more happy for someone. Thank you so much, guys. This was like really hard experience, but we shall see. All the details I will tell you guys later. I got
Salah the landlord. So we have been paying for us to exist wherever Salah happens to exist.
a place, YouTube lover. I'm not going to say the city right now. I'm going to reveal that when I move. Christina, I got a place.
Nova Scotia, guys.
No, we're saying Nova Scotia, but
Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia.
I'm going to share everything when I move there, but only a little bit. I'm not going to say like how many rooms and stuff. You need to tell your landlord thank you from all of us. You're welcome. So as the landlord, and I'm moving to Nova Scotia.
But don't show around.
Don't show around. Gigi, I'm not giving any details. I'm not giving anything to. No, it's going to be private. So I hope you guys are ready to bees, Frig. Back to beesing. It's going to be fun, inshallah, hopefully.
Back to business with a reason or without.
Without any reason, always. Oh my gosh, I'm like too excited. I don't even want to sit still. 123 Nowhere Street, Nowhereville, Saskatchewan. Christina, that's where I'm moving to. Nowhere Street. Yep. Cash App bees. Yeah.
She says once she gets there, she's going to reveal everything, but only small amounts. But she can't reveal anything. Like all she does is talk in circles, and she promises so much that she never actually delivers on. She's saying the content's going to be so much better. It's going to be so great. People are paying so that eventually we're getting decent content. But then on top of this, like she already told us, like, you know, guys, I'm going to be moving back to Canada. Make sure that you're donating so that I can get there. It's going to be better content. And to prove that it's going to be better content before I leave Syria, I'm going to be filming all of these vlogs. You're going to get all of this content before I leave to show you just how good the content in Canada is going to be. And nothing. Like, I don't know why anybody thinks that it's going to be anything different than her getting to Canada, sitting in a single room, eating, and getting high. That's it.
I said already, but end of October. You're so ready? I screamed when I found out and scared the crap out of Salah. He was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Even the neighbors here, Chantal, she was screaming.
Yes. New season premiere. I should make a trailer. I should work on a trailer from now until then. Canada Bees locked and loaded. Yes. And, yep, it's official. Lisa signed everything. Do work. I need a scooter. You know why a scooter is better? Because you can drive it inside stores. You can't drive a car inside stores.
Yeah, but not in the highways.
Yeah. Like on Dumb and Dumber when they're on the scooter.
It's good enough, but not ask.
Yeah.
Okay, a car is like, yes, it gets you to locations. However, when you get to the location, you have to get out and you have to walk. That requires you to have mobility. It requires you to put in some effort. At this point, she doesn't even want to do that. She literally just wants to scoot about everywhere because we have hit that point of laziness. Why would I walk when I can just scoot around? I I wish that these girls would take seriously their mobility and how mobility is one of those things that if you don't use it, you do lose it. And once you lose it, it is 10 times harder to get it back than it would have been for you to put in the work to make it better when you had it originally.
Imagine? No, I can't go sooner, really. Well, I'm not sure. Are mobility aids funny? Well, me on a mobility aid looks funny, yeah. Hey, Olga, you need tire chains for the scooter?
Guys, if you are happy for Chantal, just press W.
W.
Not happy, press M.
Hey, Chili Chi. W.
W versus M.
I don't have a wish list yet, but I'm going to make one. What kind of things do people put on wish lists?
Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah, I'm going to go there too and sing La Isla Bonita.
Okay, and again, like the amount of grifting is just insane to me, and I don't understand why these people can't do for themselves. You know, when we moved into this house, I had a very, very small budget. I thrifted everything. I got everything on discount, and I managed to furnish this entire house. and get everything we needed, honestly, for around $400. Like, was it all the best stuff? No, but we had what we needed and it got us by. Um, because we had moved from a 10 by 10 cabin to here. Um, and we needed a lot of stuff. Um, I don't understand why they can't do this themselves. Um, like, she makes a bunch of money. You're not having to, well, I say a bunch of, she makes more money than a lot of people in her chat do. You're not having to pay for your security deposit, first and last month's rent. Didn't have to pay for the plane ticket. So where is all of this extra money going? Why can we not use that to furnish our own place and to decorate it and do all of that stuff? Why do we have to have a wish list? Rosie does the exact same thing. Rosie sits there and says, guys, I found these supplements I'd really like to get, but I added them to my wish list. The other night, she was like, guys, how would you feel if we did tie-dye on a live stream? Oh, you like that idea? I'll put it on my wish list and you guys can purchase it if you want to see it. I mean, Rosie's mom has even brought up the point that people send Rosie so much stuff. I think we see only a fraction of what people send Rosie. She said that she got so tired of coming home and it looking like Christmas on the front porch because people were sending her so much stuff. Why are we doing that when they are sitting here making money? I
Golden buzzer, 25. Hitless. Thanks, Beezus. Towels and soap, candles. When do you move? I know. We have to be patient, guys.
2 days.
Dishes. Oh yeah, I need a new blue pot.
Okay, so I need to put shampoo and conditioner on my wish list. I need to put soap on my wish list. I need dish soap. I mean, honestly, guys, if I came on here and said, "Hey, I have a wish list," it would be great if you guys would go and shop it. And then you went on there and it was shampoo, conditioner, body wash, towels, dishes. Like, I mean, it's like Rosie lost her mom's Instapot or Instant Pot. And she's like, I'll add it to the wish list, guys. And she did. She kept telling her parents, I'm going to pay for it out of my own pocket. I'll pay for it. I'll take care of it. She's not. She put it on her wish list and she's waiting for somebody else to get it for her. She says she doesn't consume Chantal's content, but yet as soon as Chantal started talking about I have a mobility scooter on my wish list, guess what? Rosie put a rollator on hers and was like, guys, I know it's $500 and if you can't afford it, that's fine. I'm sure I'll be able to buy it someday, but it,
I'm gonna put that on the wish list.
Someone was the name Blue Pot.
Yeah, I know you blocked them 1,000 times.
That was swag shit.
Swag shit. No, there's a new swag daddy now. And they disappear when you're around. They're not stupid.
You know,
I got a place, Stephanie. Bedding. I'll need to get new bedding before I get anything from a wish list because I need that right away. All I need is bed at first. And maybe a chair so I can sit. Bathroom set, yes. And shower curtain, bath mats. Well, we can Dollarama bees. I think I'm going to rent a car for, wow. Thank you to you know who's just sent a beautiful gift on PayPal. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm now collecting for things for my plate. I need a scooter ASAP. Oh, I make a wish list now. Yeah, but they can't deliver it. Like if I think they're good. I think they're gonna let me. I don't know.
yes, Adi, you have 1 week before.
They're gonna let me move in a week. Oh yeah.
You can ask.
They're gonna let me move in earlier. You can get a Becky Williams shower curtain. What? Bed, bedding, chair, towel, washcloths. They could.
What's your problem with the apple?
With Apple? Yes.
No.
Tell Nina I got a place. I got a place, Nina.
Yeah, I'll give you my place there. I have an apartment here.
Nova Scotia.
I'm the landlord.
Don't spy on me. We have to bees.
Don't expose my place there.
Don't expose my face. A music box that plays Crazy Frog. A doorbell that plays Crazy Frog. Imagine.
Yeah,
No. Is there? A Crazy Frog doorbell on Amazon? We have a new beezer vibrator people hater.
See what Nina said.
People hater. Please get another Lazy Boy sofa. That sofa, where did I get that from? Do you guys remember? Was it Wayfair or was it Amazon?
Yeah, they know stuff more than me.
Or the brick? Remember like little details about things. That's why I asked them.
OMG.
A new Harry Boot. I can find that on Amazon.
You want a hamster there or cat?
I just want to like settle in. Llama to smear your makeup on. Yeah, Julia.
Would be fun. On the scooter. I know this shit.
Cross Canada bees in a scooter. Imagine.
And traveling to USA, imagine.
Oh my god.
Okay, even with her sped up, even with stuff happening on the screen and us not just staring at a black screen, and knowing that Just Saying has gone through and, you know, cut out all the insignificant things, she is still insanely boring. I don't know how she has people showing up that are watching this in real time when you have to sit through all of the buffering and all the silence and
Gosh. Are you allowed to cross the border in a scooter? Ma'am, you got anything in that basket?
Vibrator, gifted one.
Remember everything. That's why she loves and hates us. True, Nina. Hey, Mish. I wish I could bring Salon a large suitcase. Yes. Back scratcher. What's the great news? I got a place.
I'm here.
No, nothing's changed. They're too cool, but excuse me.
But they are nice to each other. Fight يعني and be
Yeah.
like doing problems. Well,
Yeah.
we are mature.
We are mature. Lots of bees in to come.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, Christina, separated doesn't mean hateful or brawling.
Brawling, yeah. Moving into the outhouse. Glad to be here, vibrator people hater. Thank you. I'm on my way to friggin' more nashies and everything else.
God, with the nashi, getting my nerve.
I said nashi in the car today, and Salah pulled over and told me to get out.
In the middle of the road.
I would have left her there. I could not imagine living with Chantal and hearing. I am sure the majority of what she talks about is food, and food that she misses, and foods that she wants, and foods that she can't wait to try. I would get so sick of it. I wouldn't have just pulled over and said, "Get out." I would have actually made her get out and walk home. Like, figure out how to scoot about Syria.
Why does Salah sound excited? He should be sadder.
Okay, give me tissue to cry.
Here you go. Get a tissue. I give him a tissue, Nina.
Why are you leaving Chantal?
Aww. He'll be sad at the airport, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have to make a long journey. Oh, I hope I don't pass out on the bus. I hope I'm not sitting beside anybody.
So stressed out. Find an apartment. That's why I'm happy for her.
Yeah. Salt for what?
But she's leaving. Duh. Nina. Stop trolling Nina, or you'll be blocked. At least I'm nodding. Just kidding.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna get off for now. I think I'm gonna get off for now because I just have a lot to do.
Like what?
Well, I have to plan everything with AI on my place.
AI?
Yeah.
Just ask strawberries then.
She can't even do it herself. I have so much to do. What do you have to do exactly? First of all, I think that's very telling that he's like, well, what do you have to do? When I sit here and I'll tell my husband, I'm like, I have a lot to do, and he's like, oh, okay. And he never says, what do you have to do? Because he knows that I am always busy. I always have things that need to be done. I have laundry, I have dishes, I have cooking that needs to be done. I have dogs to take care of. I have videos and stuff to work on. I have craft projects that I'm working on. We have stuff going on with the kids. Like today, we have a marching band competition. We have senior night coming up, so we've been making all of these posters for my daughter. We all call her Sissy. So we've been making all of these posters for Sissy and getting stuff ready. We are constantly looking at scholarship applications and enrollment stuff, and my oldest is, out for job training for, the first real away from home job. Um, we have so much going on. And it feels a lot of times like I never have a moment to sit still and just kind of collect my thoughts. Um, and so it's very telling for him to sit there and say, like, what? What do you have to do exactly? And then she says, I need to sit down with AI and plan all my stuff out. She can't even sit and expend the energy that it would take for her to get out paper and pen and say, let's make a list. So let's go room by room, kitchen. I'm going to need salt and pepper shakers. I'm going to need cooking utensils. I need pots and pans. I'm going to need bowls, plates, forks, knives. Like, she can't even sit and figure that out herself and make that list and then go back through and decide what is the most important things to get first and what we can get slowly along the way. She can't even do that. That I honestly do not know that I have ever seen anybody as lazy as Chantal is.
I have to plan stuff. I'm too excited to be on right now. Keep his snacks. So
Yes, exactly. I give my snacks. Nobody wants to steal it. Unless Julia wants to.
Spending. I love announcing the hype with you guys. And one step down, a million to go. No, IKEA.
One step down. One step down.
One step down, a million to go. No, IKEA.
One step down. One step down. 1 million to go.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah, you mean 1 plus 6 zeros?
Yep.
Literally?
Yep.
Okay, I saw clips of this live stream when it first happened when she was live. I was kind of bopping in and out because I had a lot of stuff going on that day. But something about it. My husband came home and I even went back and showed him the live stream that evening. Showed him like 10 or 15 seconds of it. And I said, does something look weird? Like, I do not know what it is about this, but something about her face seems very off. I get it, Chantal, that we are looking at, but I don't know. There's something, I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something there that just seems very off about her appearance in this live stream.
Coffee bees. Hey everyone, except strawberries. This is why I can't go live because
We had a normal sized cup. Maybe she got tired of everybody talking about how, I mean, her hands look like, it looks like somebody made a hand out of, when you can take the plastic gloves, like the latex gloves, and you can blow them up really big and then tie the end, like to create a balloon type thing. That's what it looks like she's using when she uses those little cups. So maybe she got tired of everybody making fun of her hands and how big they are.
the internet. And if I have my camera on, it's even worse. I know I'm annoyed with her. She's annoying as hell. Yeah, I'm excited to go back, honestly. I still have like forever. Feels like forever, but whatever. No, I'll never get a live.
She's been saying that she has plans for Halloween. So Halloween is the 31st. And today is the 14th, so we are very quickly coming up on that date. And she keeps saying that she has plans for Halloween. She has stuff she's wanting to do for Halloween. That's why she's going to rent a car so she can go out and do Halloween stuff with us. So I'm very curious as to how long it's going to be until she is actually on her way to Canada, or if we're going to have another health crisis that leaves us stuck in Syria.
Boo boo. Maybe to run over one. I look like I lost weight? Probably not. Fat as ever. Hey, Chief Julia. I don't know. I just found this hijab. I just put it on. I've been wearing the same clothes. Like, laundry's harder to do here. So, that's the thing. If I ever didn't have a hijab on, you would see all my chins and all their glory. But
Okay, I've been wearing the same things because laundry's harder to do here. So does that mean that we're wearing the same outfit over and over again so that we have to wash it less? Which actually means we should probably be washing it more because it's dirtier than it would be normally. Um, because I don't know. I mean, she would be smarter if she was, if we have a lot of clothes, if I'm only wearing the same two outfits, that means that I need to be doing laundry every day at least, because I'm wearing this outfit today and this outfit's dirty, so I need to wash this outfit so that I can wear this outfit tomorrow because this outfit's dirty, so I need to wash this outfit. She would be a lot smarter to wear 4 or 5 different outfits, because then, I can do laundry every other day and I'm not running out of clean clothes. I'm not having to exert as much as often. I can take my time doing laundry. Um, I don't know. That thought process really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I don't care. I know, Christina. I'm so excited. Hey, Bindi, you've done laundry in a tub. Yeah, it's yeah, going to a fancy wedding. I got invited to a wedding tonight, but
Okay, she has a washing machine of sorts. I would love to see her try to do a full load of laundry. I mean, full load of laundry on a washboard and then wring it out by hand. She has no clue what hard work is when it comes to laundry. I do. Not gonna lie, some days I actually miss using a washboard. I feel like it got our clothes a lot cleaner than what these washing machines do. However, I don't know that I would want to do it again without having an antique wringer. Um, we had looked at them several times, but we could never find one that was fully together. They were always missing pieces, and sadly, you can't buy replacement parts for them. Um, I think if I had a wringer and I had a clothesline, I would be more than happy to continue washing our clothes with a washboard, because I absolutely loved it. It was very peaceful to do it. It I love that old life. But Chantal wants to complain about how hard her life is and how hard laundry is, and she honestly has no clue what hard is.
don't feel like it, honestly. If people weren't weird, we could do a countdown. Yeah, and that's like when I move, I have to like set up designated streaming areas in my house. Like I'm not gonna be able to just do a apartment tour for you guys. I can't do any of that stuff. Insane people ruin it for everyone. Maybe not like a green screen, but like
She acts like that's something that only she has to do. Oh, I just have to set up a designated area. I, here's the thing. If you look at, like, Rosie, Rosie is always in the kitchen or in the pool. That's it. If we get a vlog from her and we're out and about, she doesn't even film until we are inside the building and we can't see anything outside. So it's not just a her thing. Amber generally is in the same couple of rooms in her house, and there's really nothing for us to look at. Um, if you look like me, my office, we are always kind of in this location. I have done some videoing in my kitchen, um, but this is generally what you guys get because this is my office. This is my space to sit in. When you look at Jordy, his live streams always look the same in the back unless he's on vacation. Pulpy's always looks the same. Milky's always looks the same. Um, Charlie's always looks the same. When you start going through all of these different reaction channels and different content creators, on the whole, the majority of people find a spot to work in, and that's where they stay because that's where all of their stuff is set up. She seems to think that this is something that's just a her thing that she has to deal with, and it's not. I mean, come on, even look at, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Look at Shani and Rev. If Shani is streaming, it's always on that couch, almost always at that same angle. If it's just Rev by himself, we are always in the kitchen, always. It and everybody knows where they live. Everybody has their address. Like so it's not even about protecting their location. It's more about this is where all of my equipment is set up, and I'm not going to drag my equipment through the house 20 million times to find someplace new to film every single day. But people like Foodie, this is just on the phone. Like, pick it up and go. This is not something specific for her. This is not something only she deals with.
like a wall with like decorations in the back. Yeah, you know, Hollywood using blue screens now. A green screen can be a lot of fun. I find them like Kind of tacky, but probably the best protection. I don't know, Julia. Probably really dress up nice. We want to see you in the kitchen. I know, but I don't want to be doxxed. I'm not afraid of people knowing my address and coming to hurt me. I'm afraid of people because, quite frankly, if you show up at my door, I'll just call the cops because I'm not going to go to jail for self-defense. But it's people harassing everybody. Like they think that it's cool to like call businesses and waste people's time and or they'll SWAT you and waste the cops' energy and time. It's just like so ridiculous. I can't even deal with that shit. I'm not giving my address, Julia. Unfortunately. Yeah, they've called the cops.
I don't know why people are asking for her address anyways, or why anyone would expect her to give her address. Um, I can I can count on one hand the number of people that know where we live that are like not family. Like that's just how it is. Like, yes, I understand that my situation is very much different than a lot of other people's, but that's just something that we have always done. We have always been very protective over our home and our space because this is our sanctuary. Um, so I'm not understanding why people like she doesn't even know your real name. These are screen names. Like we don't know who's behind this. Um, so I'm not understanding why people think that she should be giving her address out to random strangers anyways. I mean, I wouldn't walk down the street and be like, "Oh, you have a kind face. Here's my address. Oh, you look nice. Here's my address." Like I wouldn't do that generally, so I don't understand why people in her chat are expecting her to do that because it's kind of the same thing.
The cops show up, okay, and then they leave. Like it doesn't scare me. It doesn't do anything but piss them off. Like waste their time when they could be helping someone more urgently. Yeah, exactly. I say I'm not dealing with that. It's not trolling. It's criminal behavior. It's illegal to do that. And you know what? I blame like they should be able to trace these people. You're like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't bother you that this is happening. This has got to be happening in the age of the internet so much these days. You know? Like they need to be held accountable. And restaurants should not be doing cash on delivery anymore. It's 2025. Move on to digital. Like, yeah, but VPNs, investigators can see through that. They have system for that. Trolling is on the internet. That's going real life. Exactly.
She sits there and so confidently says, investigators have way to see through that. Yet she is in Syria using VPNs, was using VPNs in Kuwait.
Go to the police when you get there and tell them you've gotten threats of swatting so they get a call. Just ignore. I think they have to investigate when someone calls because they call and they say this person has pew pews. This person is threatening to unalive. Like they go like all like they think they have something wrong with their brain. They think that that's like a cool, funny thing to do. Like, haha, I got you. No, that just proves how mentally disturbed you are, and you're adding to your negative karma bank. And name one person who does that who's living an awesome life. I'm not scared of living alone. I'm not scared of people. Exactly. Like, people are unhinged and dangerous. Oh well. I'm not even saying how many bedrooms I got. Make your own bees room. I can make a bees room in my bedroom. Pete said he's moving in.
She says that she is not scared to live alone. However, we heard her reaction when there were people knocking on the door and ringing the doorbell. Like, she panicked. She was terrified. I'm not scared to live on my own. She even previously, before that happened and people were knocking on the door, she said that she had protection there with her, which is scary because I don't know that somebody like Chantal needs to be armed. Um, but that's what she was claiming. And instead of doing anything to protect herself, instead of doing anything to fully assess the situation and figure out what was going on, she literally sat frozen. Yet she's not scared to live by herself. I no. I She is not the kind that if there's a noise outside that she's going to jump up and run outside and see what it is and be ready to take on and fight whatever is out there. Because I really don't know that she has a whole lot of a survival instinct at all. Me, I'm the idiot running out the door with nothing usually. or with, one of the dogs to see what is going on, what is making that noise, what is happening, is there a threat to my family? And then my husband is usually a few steps behind me, you know, trying to make sure that I don't do something to get myself hurt. I'll have to tell you this story, guys. Oh my gosh. So one night, I was sitting outside, and this car pulled up in the driveway and was parked in front of the house. Like, lights on, just sitting there in my driveway. And I was like, what is happening? So I walk down the side of the house to the driveway, and as I turn the corner, um, they hurry up, put it in reverse, and pull out of the driveway really fast and take off. And I'm like chasing behind them. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm that intimidating. I'm that scary. You guys have to realize I was outside in pink slippers, my pajamas. I am only 4'10". Like, there's nothing horribly intimidating about me. But I just knew I was so big, bad, and scary that they had ran off, until I turned around to start walking back up to the house. And I didn't realize that our neighbor had been outside on his front porch, and he had seen me coming to investigate and deal with this strange vehicle in the driveway. And he had been running off of his porch armed, and I never knew that he was like 4 steps behind me. So they saw him and what was in his hand, and were very quick to want to get out of the area. And the whole time I thought it was because I was just so big, bad, and scary. And yeah, I'm not. And my ego was a little deflated once I made the realization. But Chantal's not that type. Chantal is not the type to run out and face anything scary head on, which means she probably should not be living by herself. I mean, we also saw, I understand she was inebriated at the time, but we saw the, cat in the closet, and she's like, somebody's here. Pete, Pete, Pete. She has to have somebody with her, because if not, she's going to just sit frozen in fear constantly.
He hasn't decided, but it wouldn't be now anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. Unless I completely redecorate my kitchen, and like I'm not gonna show my windows, I'm not gonna show like door handles. Although, like, how am I gonna live and stream? Like this is the thing. Like, if I get my scooter, obviously I'm gonna be scooting around. I guess I'll have to scoot far away from where I live. You can go, like, and then they'll probably like, okay, her scooter can go 15 kilometers. So let's look around all the apartment buildings and try to narrow. Like, I have no doubt, like.
Okay, let's talk about the scooter for a minute. I have a feeling we're not going to make it through this whole thing, just because I'm running my mouth a lot. Okay, so I did a video on the scooter, reading the scooter manual. And Foodie does not realize that the scooter can go a certain distance, but that is in absolutely ideal conditions on absolutely flat terrain. That is without you starting and stopping, and as long as the person is under the weight limit of the scooter. She is going to get on the scooter, and it is going to strand her in the middle of nowhere, and she's going to either have to push it home, have somebody come save her, or she's going to abandon it and have to walk home or get an Uber, which is going to be hilarious, because even in the manual for the scooter that she's wanting, it says that thick carpet can run the battery down faster, so it will go less distance than what it claims. She also thinks that the scooter folds up. It doesn't. You actually have to take it, like, disassemble it to get it to fold down. Um, I really don't want her to have a scooter, because I really want her to have to walk and keep her mobility. But at the same time, everything that could potentially happen and go wrong with the scooter, I am living for, and I am so ready for it.
Even if I show one single little thing, they're gonna find out. So I have to be really ahead of game. It's so messed up that I have to think about that. Yeah, they look at Google Maps. Yeah, and they think this is normal and acceptable. Hey, gains and losses. Get a Ring camera. I should get a camera for sure. It's far from normal. Yeah.
I will figure something out. We seriously doubt anybody will. Yeah. Okay. It's already, people have already messed with my real life, so. I'd be upfront with the landlord. Oh, I was upfront with the landlord. Yes. Yeah, I did, Tracy. I don't remember if I bought cameras for the villa. Did I? No, it wasn't quick, actually. I was denied by many places for a place. Okay, right. It's not reaction channels. It's places like Kiwi Farms that pretend it's normal and not stalker behavior. Yeah, they're so odd, like, honestly. And then they wonder why, like, their channel got shut down. Their website got shut down. Like, all they do is, like, disgusting shit. No, Salah's not coming to Canada. Once I leave here, that's it. My life is going to be my life. His life is going to be his life. Okay. Yes, we're choosing to be high.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I was muted that whole time. How embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me go back and say what I was saying. That's so embarrassing. Um, on her original live stream, she did one of her tells when she said that. And this is sped up and stuff is clipped out, so we missed that part. But she looks at the camera and she says, no, Salah, first of all, she can't make eye contact with the camera. And she's like, no, Salah is not coming to Canada. Usually, when she purses her lips like that, that is generally when she is lying. It's one of her tells. Same things with not being able to make eye contact with the camera. Um, so And I think one of the things is that because we know that the girls play semantics with words, she says Salah's not coming with me to Canada. And so she feels that it is not a lie because he may not be traveling with her right now. She may be going to get everything set up and then telling him eventually he will be coming to Canada. Um, but we won't know that until, it happens. But yeah, that's one of her tells is when she purses her lips and smacks her lips.
Happy with life. Everyone should be. Turn off the camera. Now you guys want to see why I turn off the camera? Canadian internet. Adding to your goal. I wish you good luck and blessings. Happy for you. Thank you, Katie. Julia. I totally get it. You guys never have to send anything if you, especially if you don't have, Thank you. No, I mean, I'm totally just moving on with my life. Like, we're co-parenting. Like, I have long distance custody of our cat. So I'm always going to make sure that she's okay and taken care of as much, and he will do the same, which she's outside right now.
Okay, why are we having such a hard time making eye contact with the camera? And on top of it, I'm co parenting this cat. No, there's no such thing. Co parenting means that you are raising it together. There is visitation, there is active engagement on both parts of the parents, generally, if you are actually actively co parenting. That is not going to be the case. And the whole time she's saying it, she's having to look sideways and, yeah, I'm co parenting. Yeah, I'm going to help take care of her. No.
Where are you? I'm going to make to take care of her the way I always do. So she has to be let out during the sunlight hours. Julia loves Salah. Yeah, she does. I seem happier in Canada. I can't wait to have better internet also. Yeah, long distance custody. We have to share custody. I blocked the following beezers. I just blocked strawberries for being When I get to Canada, it might be a different story, but when I'm here, I'm just too grumpy. Because of the internet. Working with kids like Sass. I don't know, like, if I want to unblock a lot of people, because, like, sometimes the trolling's annoying and, like, just ruins the chat. Yeah, see, I have to turn the friggin' camera off for it to work slightly better. The haters make you more money. I know, but at what cost? It depends on the chat, Swag Daddy. There's, like, people who don't mix in here. I have, like, mature, normal people who I like to have a good talk with. And then
She says, somebody says the haters make you more money. And she says, yes, but at what cost? Okay, you have no shame. Nothing humiliates you. Like, you are the one who came on here to tell us about you pooping the bed, having to use a ladle to scoop your mess out of the sink, and how you just laid towels down over it and then tied pee pads together to make a diaper. Like, you are so desperate for money that you are willing to come online and give that kind of content because you know it's shocking and you know people will listen to it because they are appalled at your behavior. So I don't know why you're like, at what cost? At what cost for my mental health? At what cost for my peace? Look at the content that you have put out online to make money off of and to profit off of. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't let the haters in, because, I mean, it would make you more money, first of all. But on top of it, it's not going to be any worse than what you've already put out there.
There's just like, but the, like funny trolls are okay. I don't like people getting like insulted. Like insult me, I don't care, but I don't like when other people are insulted in my life, or do you know what I mean? Like when I go back to Canada, I don't want to talk about in my chats. I just, let's insult Pete's. No. And people go to his chat to insult me really bad. Like my biggest haters, they go in his chat, hey, and pretend to be all like, "I love you, Pete. I care about you," and then try to put a wedge in our friendship and stuff like that.
Okay, let's talk about Pizza's chat. The other night, Chantal showed up in his chat, and people in his chat were saying, please do not move in with her. This is going to be the worst mistake of your life. Do not let her use you. She has abused you in the past. You are so much better than this. Do not stoop to her level. And Pete was letting them say it. And then Chantal showed up, and she was like, I cannot believe, as my best friend, that you would allow this kind of behavior. And you could watch, like, it was so sad. um you watched him go, and he's sitting there and he's normal and he's doing his stream, and you could watch his whole body just slump, and his demeanor changed, and he's like, guys, don't say that stuff. Guys, this is inappropriate. And she kept pushing, and she's like, I don't know why you don't defend me. I don't know why you put up with this. I don't know how. And was causing problems between some of Pizza's biggest supporters and himself. And Pete was like, fine, I'll block you guys. Fine, whatever. I can't do this. She's my best friend. How dare you? And it just continued. Which is the funny thing is, Chantal hasn't spent a whole lot of time in Pete's chats until suddenly she's coming back to Canada and she wants a roommate. And then she comes over here to hers, and she's like, oh yeah, his chat's horrible. I can't even tell you the things they say about me and the stuff that happens over there. And she is not even back in Canada, and she is already screwing with his life and the things that he has going on. It is absolutely sad, and it is so insane to watch his entire demeanor change with the snap of a finger, just because she popped up in chat and said something. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous.
And just like insult me. It's like, I'm his best friend. Do you honestly think that he's gonna listen to some loser on the internet who he doesn't even know? Like people think, oh, she abused you. She was like, I've done a lot for Pete's, okay? Like I've paid like the bills for a long time. Anything he People are just full of crap. How did I ignore him for your internet? The whole time, hey Shauna, I was talking to him. He's a grown man. He's not my child. I'm not responsible for someone's happiness. I'm allowed to be happy and like get married and like choose a different life. It's not abandoning him. He's not a pet. Like I'm not responsible for somebody's life. Yeah. He's done a lot for me financially in the beginning of our relationship and stuff, and I've done a lot for him too. Vomit. Somebody made a vomit ladle. Okay, what am I supposed to clean it out of the sink with exactly? A cup? He has like 20 ladles. He's not my child. I'm not responsible for him. He's a grown man. Like as a best friend, yes. Like I obviously like I've done nothing to him in a bad way. I always support him. He stayed in his room because he wanted to. Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna give Chantal a tip here. Not that she's gonna listen to me, but it might help other people if you've never done this before or whatever. In our house, if somebody goes to bed sick and their stomach hurts, we make throw up buckets, and we get a plastic bucket, or like the little trash cans, and we will line it with 8 to 9 Walmart bags, and you set it next to the bed. If you wake up in the middle of the night and realize that you're going to be sick and you think that you can't make it to the bathroom, you grab your bucket, you do your business, or carry the bucket with you to the bathroom to make sure that you get there. Because the amazing thing about it is, because there's 8 to 9 Walmart bags in there, you deal with it, especially with children when they're young. It's great. Kids kids do a lot better grabbing a bucket than trying to run to a bathroom sometimes when they're little and they're sick at night. So you do your business, and then you literally grab the handle of 1 or 2 bags, you tie it up, and you take it out to the dumpster. It is that easy. And I don't know why Chantal is not smart enough to figure that out, especially with how much she complains about how bad her mobility is right now. Um, like, you wouldn't need a ladle then. You wouldn't have to have these embarrassing stories to tell if that's what you did. And it really takes 30 seconds to do.
Yeah, he really just he likes to isolate himself. And people think, oh, he's doing. People are just delulu. Exactly, Pipsqueak. I'm not responsible for anyone but myself when I go back to Canada. Leaving after his cat died. I literally went with him to take care of it. I came back, spent some time with him. I asked him over and over and over if he was okay. So no, that's not wrong if he wanted to be alone. Some people don't want to be with somebody when they're grieving. He said he wanted to be alone.
People just like assume things and then make me out to be a bad person on false accusations. If you lost the job, you'd have to pay the bills for both of you again. He wants to secure, he wants to be responsible before moving. I want to be settled before accepting, because I neglected a lot, like the house. Like I said, I regret leaving as much and not being there and just escaping and being like, when I was in the abusive situation, I just like really, it was an awful time. And we've both grown as people since then. And all I'm concerned about back then.
The only thing that has grown is Chantal's weight. Nothing else has grown. Her maturity level hasn't changed. Her intelligence level hasn't changed. Her emotional maturity has definitely not changed at all. If anything, she's actually lacking, because one of the things I've noticed is that the longer that she stays away from having regular conversations with people who speak English fluently, the worse her speech is getting, the worse her speech pattern is getting. Um, and her conversational skills have definitely gone downhill. Um, and it's not anything against Salah. I think Salah speaks absolutely fine English, considering it is his second language. But there is a difference in speaking with somebody who speaks a language fluently than with somebody who doesn't. And she also doesn't really get to practice conversational skills, because most of her conversation happens by reading chat and then speaking. It's one of those things. You'll have people who speak a language, like a second or third language, conversationally, and they will go a very long time without practicing it with somebody else who speaks it. And then, when it's time for them to speak that language again, they're like, I'm sorry, I'm rusty. I'm sorry, I haven't really gotten to practice. Language and conversation is one of those things that if you are not actively practicing it regularly, that is also one of those skills that you can lose. I mean, you can get it back, but it's something you can lose.
And all I was concerned about was finding something to fill my voids. And I was doing that through these pathetic, letting people use me, letting these disgusting relationships. I want none of that. I want just peace now in life. I want peace. And I just want to, build a home for myself, rebuild my life that I've destroyed. Like, I just want complete peace. I don't want to have to answer to anyone. I don't want to have to please anyone. I don't want to have to worry about feeling like I'm not enough in anyone. I don't want to have to worry about feeling like I'm not enough in any single way. I just want to exist in all my glory and not have anybody, So ruin that peace for me. They want to pocket watch, but they don't harass FF School every day for 9 evictions. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't know how you get evicted 9 times. For true happiness, peace is wonderful. Yes. No, we're not promising we're not going to date anyone. I want him to move on and remarry and have.
Okay, so she's saying that people pocket watch her, but nobody pocket watches FFG. Well, here's the thing. We are here reacting to you. I don't know a whole lot of people that react to reaction channels reacting to you. So it really wouldn't make any sense for me to be doing commentary on what the other reaction channels do in their lives. And on top of it, last I checked, FFG doesn't do vlogs. She's not putting her live streams, like, she's not putting her life out there on live streams. It's reaction content. That's the same thing. Like, I'm not sitting on here and discussing Jordy's life and what goes on in his life or what his financial situation looks like. I'm not saying that about, Pulpy. I'm not saying that about Milky. Because that's not things that they put out, and I'm not here to react to a reaction channel reacting to you. I am here to comment and speak on your life and on the things that you put out there. Um, so it, I don't know how she can't see that. I mean, I understand somebody in her chat is the one that brought that point up, but it's not a logical argument in the first place. So that shows you kind of the caliber of person that is in her chat, which I already know the caliber of people in her chat because I snoop around her chat a lot and go and find these other people's channels, and oh my gosh. Um, but it's also embarrassing that Chantal can't read that and then be like, well, I understand what you're saying, but that's not really a logical argument, and this is why it isn't a logical argument. But that would require us to have two brain cells to rub together.
Have a family. What kind of selfish idiot would I be? Like, what kind of selfish, disgusting human would I be if I was like, you could never remarry, you could never have children, or I'm going to hate you? Like, that's so stupid and immature. 9 times, yes. The farms had like apparently all of like her documents or something like that. I don't know. Like, whatever. I wouldn't even be bringing that up. I don't care about people's, like, I'm not going to go digging in people's life. But because you're right, they pocket watch every little thing I do. And it's like, okay, but how about you and your financial history? It's just so annoying.
Okay, well, you're the one on here exploiting a child and saying that you will give receipts, and then you never give receipts, and then get angry when people demand receipts. You are the one that is coming on here and saying, I'm getting divorced. I need your help for you to save me from this toxic, horrible marriage, so that I can flee to Canada. And now, oh, I don't know, we're going to stay married on paper. Oh, well, we're actually really great. Oh, it's not as bad as it was. I was just extra hungry. Like, you are constantly asking for money, giving reasons why you need the money, saying that you're going to give receipts, you're going to show proof of everything, and then at the end of the day, you don't. So, here's the thing. It doesn't matter to me if FFG's been evicted, because guess what? I was not paying for those housing accommodations. That wasn't me. That her pocket, her money, her situation. You're sitting here and asking for your audience to fund you and to fund the lifestyle that you want. So that is why everybody is allowed to speak on it. That is why everybody is allowed to point it out, because you are the one on here saying, hey guys, I need a deposit. This is what it is. Hey, I'm gonna need a scooter. It's $1,200. Hey guys, my electric bill is $230. Hey guys, I need gas money for my car, so I need $60. Like, you are the one doing that, which means the second that you do that, you are inviting us into your financial situation and into your pocketbook, which means we then have the right to ask and say, what did you do with this money? What is happening with this money? Especially if you're going to continue asking for people to continue to give money to accommodate the lifestyle that you want to live.
Pot meat kettle, right? Like, I'm sorry, but the internet is like pissing me right off. Like, that's what puts me in a huge bad mood. I'm so happy for like moving. Honestly, like, he loves Julia, but she's more my cat in a way, because I wanted a cat and I like begged to have one. So it's only right for me to continue to take care of her. But he hasn't asked me for any money. It's like literally like a few dollars to take care of her. It's not much. Her cat food, her nails. It's not much. I know, maybe I will do more videos. Julia's doing an extortion bees. To be fair, Margie, you did tell Tracy to calm down, so she was just responding. You guys should just get along. Okay, it's buffering way too much. But yeah, like, nobody. Oh my God. Julia has a job. All right, I'm going to get off because I can't stand this internet. So I'll try to come back late when it's like better,
Because I can't come on screen, Herf. The internet's too poor. I'm probably just going to leave the stream on for like the whole friggin' night because, yeah, does anyone want to be let me know if it buffers. Employment is hard to come by. I know that. Well, I don't know because I haven't looked for a job in a while, but joint bees. I put it on members only. I don't know. Gotta give something back to my members, eh? It's better this way, Well, I'm alone again. Dandy, is Beats really being investigated by CSIS and RCMP for hate speech against Charlie Kirk? No.
She says it like she's just like, oh, I'm alone again. Like she didn't ask for it. Like she didn't want for it. It's not that she can't make up her mind, it's that she's not getting her way. Because it's one of those things is that she wants to be independent together with whoever she is with. Um, she wants to be alone, but she wants you to also be alone with her and for you to have nobody so that you are all that she has. And then she doesn't have to be lonely, but technically we don't need anybody else around us because we're independent together.
Thanks, Dandy. Long time no see. He doesn't like the guy. What can I say? Pete's his beats. I don't know. I don't even know what he said. He often goes on political rants, so I don't know. You're wearing a freedom sweatshirt.
Okay. It was not a political. Well, technically, it kind of was a political rant. But people are talking about whether or not Pete's is getting, investigated for the Charlie Kirk comments that he made, and whether. I really don't want political commentary on here. However, what Pete said was uncalled for, and ridiculous. Um, he was talking about it in his chat, and people were bringing up different things about it. And Pete's pretty much said he didn't care, he didn't feel bad for him. And then people said, yes, but what about his kids? Like, the kids are not going to have a dad now. And his response was, F those kids. That is why people are getting a little irritated and talking about Pete's when it comes to this topic. Because I think whether you agree with a person or not, um, you can feel bad for the family and for the children, um, that no longer have that person in their life, no matter what the situation is. Like, you can feel sorry for that. And it was just very crass and very heartless. And the comments that he continued making about the kids and Charlie Kirk's wife, they were just very, very heartless and very, very mean spirited. And so people are taking a lot of issue with that. Say what you want about the man, because the man was the one that was out there in the forefront of everything. But, can we leave the kids out of it at the end of the day? Because the kids, it wasn't their choice who their parents were, and it wasn't their choice what their father did for a living. And so that's one of those things. I'm not sure if Foodie really doesn't know what he said, or if she's just playing dumb because she doesn't want to have to engage in that kind of conversation.
Freedom. To be fair, Tracy, what have white Americans never been free against, honestly? Not everyone is into politics, I guess. I hope you're well. I was in Turkey not too long ago. I was like, dang, Chantal isn't too far from me. Nice, Dandy. I hope you're well, too. Say that again. You said you're wearing a freedom shirt. I said, white Americans have always been free in your lifetime, Tracy. I don't know. Or does it mean something else? I'm not sure. I'm just being cheeky. And soon I will be back in the land of the free.
I don't know why Chantal thinks that it is okay to be cheeky about politics, especially in politics that deal with a country that she is not a part of. She doesn't even know the own politics in her, country of origin, let alone the politics or anything that is going on while she was in Kuwait or in Syria. This is why she keeps going and traveling near the southern border, near the Golan Heights, because I don't think she has a clue what is actually going on in that region. So I really don't know why she thinks that she has a leg to stand on at all when it comes to addressing any kind of political commentary. I don't care what it is. She has no business doing that.
Free. Whoa, what did I walk into? Nothing. Just bees and Nina. Oh, is freedom a Charlie Kirk shirt? Or is it something else? Oh, it means everyone has a right to speak. Oh, kind of food you can pick at with your hands. Yeah, if I worked in food, I'd be picking all day. A lot of people disagree with that, Tracy, but to each their own, I don't really, I don't know. I probably shouldn't even give my opinion. It's not safe. It's not.
What is she saying that people disagree with? That people have the right to freedom of speech? Or this is why she shouldn't comment on political topics, because not only is she clueless, but a lot of times she is so vague that it leaves so much open for interpretation, and so much can go wrong when you are somebody in her position that has so many people listening to her, when you're talking about these type of touchy subjects that really get people riled up, and you are not clear and concise about what you are saying. You really want to make sure that when you're talking about touchy subjects, um, that you are clear and to the point, and that you leave no room for somebody to take what you said and to stretch it and twist it into something else. And Chantal clearly cannot make a clear point to save her life. How often do we hear her say, "Guys, it's been real hard. If you were ever in my situation, you know, you know." She starts to make a point and then decides that she either doesn't want to or can't make the point because she can't actually generate a thought that would explain how she feels. And so she leaves it an open ended question and just says, and allows the viewer then to interpret whatever they think she was going to say next, or whatever her feelings were, which is a very, very dangerous thing to be doing.
Safe to give freedom of speech is not free and safe anymore. No, I don't want to smoke shisha. Yeah, everyone has an opinion, right? Daily gunshots. I think that's either gunfire or fireworks. I'm just right now like, unless they were trans. Well, as you know, my best friend is trans, and I support rights for everyone regardless. But I also understand, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, I understand people not... I think that there's a lot of people who don't believe that in trans as...
Okay, she said my best friend is trans. Was that her reading chat, or was that her saying that see, this is the thing, that she leaves it... She's so vague about so much. Like, it's just crazy.
And if you were born a woman, you were born a man. You can't just become one. Like, there's all kinds of, like, I don't think that people are hateful. Like, as long as you're not hateful in your opinion. Like, everyone's allowed to agree or disagree with something. Like, if you don't believe in the whole trans movement, that's fine, but you shouldn't spread hate towards trans people. Do you know what I mean? Beach shouldn't pay reparations for inheritance. Member said about dressing up like her. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Dandy. Go watch those videos. Which ones? Yeah, he's not American. Yeah, loving a good human who cares how they choose to live their life. Right, I believe that fully, peasant. But not everyone is going to agree on something, or with your lifestyle, or and that's fine. We can't all agree. We have different views, but it doesn't mean spread hate to those people. You can't force people to accept live and let be's. Yeah, you can't force people to accept certain beliefs. But they should still respect that people live differently, and not everyone is going to live the same way. And yeah, no, yeah, you don't feel hatred. Hatred is bad. Bad, okay? Exactly, weird Barbie. Yeah, there's a famous quote, like, if you don't want to be, like, criticized on anything, don't say or do anything. Teardrop, do you see me in Beach Chat every night calling out for you? Be honest. Yeah, I am heading back to Canada. And I'm happy. I wish it was sooner, honestly. I just feel like it is tough, us living together in certain ways. It's like he's just going and living his life, and I'm just, like, here waiting to move on with mine, and it just feels like it's going forever and ever.
Okay, well, you guys are split up. I mean, that's the point of it. And you had the option to leave, and you chose to not leave. But I mean, that's generally what happens. Generally, you say, we are through, we're done, and as soon as you guys have come to that conclusion, you split apart. You have your life, they have their life. Generally, they stop interacting with your family, you stop interacting with their family. You start doing your thing to move on and heal and all of that, and they are doing the same thing. I don't know why she's making this separation and divorce so much more complicated than it has to be.
Queen of Kiwis? I don't know that will happen. Actually, I already am Dandy. You know why? Because I have about 10,000 pages on there. Glad loves Julia. Me too. But I do feel bad leaving her, and I think it will really sink in once I'm gone. You know? Yeah, very hard. True peasant. I don't believe people under 18 years should be making that kind of decision when their children. These surgeries are permanent. Virginia, thank you for your opinion and your super chat. Yeah, it's definitely you. I mean, it's definitely an adult decision. I don't know. I agree with you there. Like, but I don't know. It's very complicated. I don't really even fully understand like the whole thing. Honestly, if I'm honest, I don't understand like what trans children go through. I really don't understand the whole thing. But yeah, it's
Okay, smartest thing I've ever heard Foodie do. Like, I'm gonna give her credit. Um, she sat there and was trying to discuss it, and then she finally just said, you know what? I do not understand it because I've never dealt with it. I don't know that I need to speak on it because I do not understand it, which I think is a very respectful and right thing to say. However, I do think, honestly, that these kinds of conversations, especially because Chantal really has no business on political commentary, moral commentary, anything like that. It would be much better to read the super chat out and say thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate your opinion. However, we prefer to keep this space free of politics, all of those kinds of things. Because then it would mean that she doesn't have to deal with it. Um, which I think is I think that's a very acceptable thing to do, to say that I do not want this on my channel. I don't want this type of conversation in my space. If you want to have these kind of conversations, go find somebody who makes that kind of content and have those discussions there, because I don't know that that's something that I want to have here. I think that's what she should be doing. However, I will say it's so smart of her, and I think I I hope I don't regret saying this, and she's gonna prove me to be an idiot in a minute. But for her to just say, I do not understand the situation. I've never been in the situation. I don't know that I fully grasp all the nuances of this topic. And so, because of that, I don't feel like I have a right to speak on it. I think that is a perfectly fine way to approach a topic um, that is as divisive you know, as this is, but also something that is so, there are so many layers to it, and Chantal does not pay close enough attention to what's going on in the world to even understand a quarter of what is going on.
Some heavy duty medications, some decisions that children, might not be, just mature enough to make. I fell out of bed. I have no idea how. I don't know. What? That is weird, Teardrop. Are you okay? Did you hurt anything? Shoot, that's creepy. You might have to, hopefully it doesn't happen again. You might have to get, some bed rails, to be extra safe. There's some easy to install ones. Yeah, it's a tricky topic. Maybe you had a bad dream, yeah. I don't know. I might just leave my live on because I'm by myself. I want to eat nashies forever until a heart attack is the end of me. Ooh. I'm just joking. Eating nashies every day would not be healthy. I don't know how I did it. Irony. Again with the nashi. There are people who regret it after, and it is a very permanent decision, and you have to really, one nashi a day keeps the doctors at bay. So, I feel like being alone is kind of like, I always decline going to the wedding tonight, for example, and doing things like that too often because I like to be alone. But then when I'm fully alone, I feel kind of like, what's the point of my life? What am I doing? I feel like I'm gonna have to make a whole new.
The problem is that she wants to be alone with Salah. She wants to have, Misery loves company, and she wants the company. And I think the thing is that she is honestly pushing Salah because she is testing him. She wants him to say, "Oh, you're going to stay home? Well, then I'm going to stay home. I'm going to choose you. I want to spend time with you. If this is your decision, I'm going to be here with you." And she's not getting that anymore. In Kuwait, he was a captive audience. She had ran everybody off. Um, and he really was kind of at her mercy there. And so she had him all the time, undivided attention. He was always somewhere in the background, so she was never actually fully alone. That's why she had such a hard time in Thailand when she had to go by herself, was because did not have that control over him. Same thing is happening now because she doesn't speak the language. And so, in essence, she is cut off from everybody else there, but it also means that she can't run everybody off. And so Salah still has people to hang out with and be around, and people still like him. And they kind of just put up with Foodie because they can't understand what she says anyways 95% of the time. And she just sits in a corner eating. As long as you give her food, she's fine. But that's what it is. Like, she wants somebody to sit there with her because Misery loves company.
New life for myself. Like, that's so, I don't think we're meant to be alone as creatures. But I don't know. Just found out I have stage 2.
We're not meant to be alone as creatures. Humans are technically pack animals. We are supposed to have people around us. That's why we have family units. But we have forgotten how to live that lifestyle. And the invention of the internet and social media makes that harder for us and worse for us. We no longer understand really how to make friends in real life. We really don't know how to have, um, those real strong relationships a lot of the time with more than just a couple of people. Because, oh, well, I'm friends with them on Facebook and I get likes and I like their posts and, yeah, we're friends. That's not how it works. People used to go from having a community and a support group around them, and their families were very close and very intertwined, and that is not the case anymore. And I think that's honestly why we've seen a rise in mental health issues, um, and also in loneliness, just in general, because we are so connected to each other, but at the same time so extremely cut off. It's a very weird, it's a very weird place that we find ourselves in, um, at this point, because of how connected we are, but also how extremely lonely we are at the end of the day.
Stomach cancer and going through it. Aw, Virginia. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, no, I'll pray for you, Virginia. Yeah, we're here for you. Stage 2. We're going to pray that you're going to make it through that. You will make it through that. I'm being positive, Virginia, because they can catch... Stage 2, they can still, you have a better chance. Way, way better.
This is why when something happens in Chantal's life, she immediately goes live. Because she has no one else. She doesn't have a best friend to pick up the phone and call. She doesn't have multiple people that she can reach out to and say, "Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what's going on. You're not going to believe what's happening." Her online community is literally all that she has, because she doesn't know how to build relationships. She has lived so much and spent so much time living through a screen that I don't know that she knows how to exist in the real world, honestly, or how to interact with normal, everyday people.
Chance. I don't know if that makes you feel better or not, but it's true. Yes, stay strong. It's early state, yes. But that's why in Kuwait, like, Julie and I were like the center of his world, and now he has like 1,000 people. And I feel like that's like a major reason also that like we will never work, because we're just so different mentality wise. And I'm only realizing it mostly now. So it's just like a lot of sad realizations. Being connected disconnects us in a different way.
She wants to be alone with someone else. Misery loves company. It is easier to manipulate and use people and get your way when it is just you and them existing over here in this little bubble and nobody has any say. The second you start letting outside influences in, suddenly you start losing some of that grasp and some of that hold. You start losing some of that power. Um, and that's suddenly when we realize that, hey, maybe we're not meant for each other. It's really not that we're not meant for each other. I believe it's because she has lost a lot of her grasp on him, and she is doing whatever she can to change up the situation, to again create an imbalance so that it is her being alone with him, cut off from everybody else so that she has that power again.
Maybe if we were both in Canada, it could work again. I don't know. Probably straight. I don't know hardly. I feel like just seeing how he loves to be around so many people. Don't think he. I think he would be depressed in Canada. Honestly, I need hobbies. I need to like. That's what I'm saying, CM. I need to build a life. Like I need to figure out maybe join some groups or do something. You know. I don't know. I really don't know the answers, but life feels empty, but you don't want for anything. I know what you mean, Scrape. I do like to read. Yeah, maybe I will take up reading again. But I need to figure out being alone because like I have family, but like we really are just like we have to, I didn't feel like I was alone when I was married to Salah. He was part of, we were going through life together, and I just thought he would always take care of me. And just, it's just not that's not the reality anymore. And I think coming to realizations of
I thought he would always take care of me. So has he stopped taking care of you? Or is it that he has stopped putting you first and he has stopped being isolated with you and now his attention is going elsewhere because he has other places to put his attention? Like, she thinks that she's, being so deep and introspective, and she doesn't realize that she is actually giving more away and telling on herself more than she realizes. Because I honestly don't think that she sees anything wrong with her behavior.
how people change around us, it's just hard to deal with, But I can't fault him. Like I can't be mad at him. It's like he's allowed to live a life too and grow as a person and change and, you know, we just want different things and that's fine. Yeah, hardly. And it would be lonely if you're used to a large family and then you go down to
Generally, though, we grow as people together. And you both change and grow. Um, However, like we said, she hasn't changed at all. There really hasn't been any growth in her. Um, so, she's staying stagnant 25 steps back, and Salah is starting to see some kind of freedom. He's starting to interact with family. He inherited an olive grove when he moved there. He now has a home. And honestly, life costs so little in Syria that he may be able to live very well off of that olive grove if he chooses to stay there. Um, which means he no longer technically needs her money, really.
one person. Yeah. I think the way to battle that is to fill your time. I really do really just I don't know. I got a plan. The key is having a routine, having a productive routine and filling your, have an agenda, fill it with stuff to do. You get overwhelmed. Same here, yeah. I get overwhelmed and you guys bring me joy too. I don't want to isolate myself, when I'm back in Canada. Like, I at least want to do things. What kind of groups could I join? Do you think? What kind of groups could I join? Scribbage? What is that?
Okay, so she's sitting here and saying, I need to find hobbies, I need to find groups, I need to discover who I am. And then immediately says, what should I do? Tell me who I am. Tell me what my interests are. Tell me where I should go. It it is about discovering yourself and finding the things that you are interested in and then putting the time and effort into those things. I also think, and I've said it before when we're discussing Rosie, that schedules and having a normal routine is very good. It makes you feel accomplished. And it makes you feel like you are winning at life when you are very regularly getting things done. It also adds some stability. Um, so I think a schedule would do her good. Hobbies would do her amazingly well. Social interactions would do her some good, as long as she can continue having social interactions and people don't run her off because of how awkward and weird she is. Or, they may run her off if they go home and Google her and find all this stuff. I don't know. But I was really hoping we would make it through more of this than we have. We are 32 minutes in. But on my side, we have been here for an hour and a half because I have been running my mouth. So I think we're going to go ahead and stop here because I still have to get ready to go for a marching band competition, like I said earlier. Um, so I will get this put up for you guys. Um, and I will see you later on. I'm not sure if we'll be back with Rosie or with Chantal, but we will be back. And I also think I may have figured out the live streaming thing. So we may be starting live reactions pretty soon. Um, if you're interested in live reactions, tell me what time you guys would be most interested in seeing a live stream, or if you would prefer weekends or anything like that. And we will get that set up and test that out in the next couple of days. But until I see you guys again, I'm going to remind you that I need you to be good and behave yourselves. But if you can't, at least do it right and make me proud, and then post it online so we can talk about it later. Bye, guys.